Sometimes, the biggest prison in life is not made of iron bars. It is the way we are taught to think from childhood. Today's story is about an eagle who lost his true identity because he believed what everyone told him. He never knew that his entire life was built on a lie. Many years ago, on the top of a high mountain, a mighty eagle lived in a large nest. Inside the nest were 3 eggs, and every day the eagle carefully protected them. One evening, dark clouds covered the sky. Strong winds began to blow. Within a few moments, a powerful storm shook the mountain. The wind became so fierce that trees bent to the ground, rocks rolled down the cliffs, and birds flew in every direction to save themselves. The eagle spread his wings over the eggs, trying to protect them. But the storm was too powerful. A strong gust of wind hit the nest. One of the eggs rolled out and fell deep into the valley below. The eagle tried everything to save it, but the heavy rain, the darkness, and the powerful wind made it impossible. All he could do was watch helplessly as the egg disappeared. The egg rolled down the mountain until it reached a small farm near a village. Early the next morning, a kind hen found the strange egg while searching for food. She looked around, but no one was there. Feeling sorry for the lonely egg, she gently placed it beside her own eggs and decided to care for it. She had no idea that she was protecting the future king of the sky. A few weeks later, the eggs began to hatch. One by one, the little chicks came out. Among them was the baby eagle. He looked different from the others. His beak was stronger, his claws were larger, his eyes were brighter. Even his wings were much bigger than the wings of the other chicks. The hen smiled at him and said, "You are one of my children now." The baby eagle opened his eyes. The first voice he ever heard was the voice of the hen. From that day on, he believed he was just another chicken. Days turned into weeks. The chicks learned how to peck at the ground for food. The young eagle copied everything they did. When they walked, he walked. When they scratched the ground, he scratched the ground. When they ran, he ran with them. Sometimes he looked at his large wings and quietly wondered, "Why are my wings different from everyone else's?" But no one had an answer. One afternoon, he looked up at the sky. High above the clouds, a magnificent eagle was flying with confidence. The eagle did not seem to struggle. He simply floated through the air with strength and freedom. The young eagle watched in complete amazement. He turned to the hen and asked, "Mother, who is that?" The hen looked up and replied, "That is an eagle." The young eagle asked, "Can we ever fly that high?" The hen smiled gently and said, "No, my son. We are chickens. Our place is on the ground. The sky is not for us." The young eagle quietly lowered his head. At that moment, he buried his dream deep inside his heart. Without knowing it, he also buried his true identity. Time passed, and the little eagle slowly grew up. His wings became longer and stronger. His claws became sharper than those of any chicken on the farm. His eyesight was amazing. He could see birds flying far away in the sky, while the other chickens could barely notice them. But even though his body was growing stronger, his mind stayed the same. He still believed he was just a chicken. Every morning, he followed the other chickens across the farm. He scratched the ground for food. He copied everything they did. Deep inside, however, he always felt different. He could not explain why. Sometimes he looked at his wings and wondered, "Why do I look so different?" But before he could think any further, he would hear the voices around him. "You are one of us. Stop acting strange. Just be a normal chicken." After hearing those words again and again, he stopped asking questions. He accepted the life everyone had chosen for him. As the months passed, the young eagle became much larger than every other bird on the farm. The younger chicks admired his strength. Whenever they were scared, they stood close to him. Without realizing it, he always protected them. Yet he never saw himself as special. He believed he was simply doing what every chicken should do. One evening, as the sun was setting behind the mountains, he looked toward the sky again. Far above the clouds, several eagles were flying together. They looked peaceful. They looked free. For a strange moment, he felt something inside his heart. It was a feeling he had never experienced before. It was as if the sky was calling his name. He quietly whispered, "Why do I always feel connected to them?" Before he could think any further, the old hen walked beside him. She noticed him staring at the sky. "What are you looking at?" she asked. "The eagles," he replied softly. "They look so free." The hen smiled kindly. "They were born to fly. We were born to stay on the ground." The young eagle lowered his head once again. He wanted to believe there was something more, but he trusted the words he had heard since childhood more than the voice inside his own heart. A few days later, danger came to the farm. A hungry fox quietly entered through a broken fence. The chickens panicked. They ran in every direction. Small chicks cried in fear. Without thinking, the young eagle rushed forward. He spread his powerful wings and stood between the fox and the frightened chicks. For a few seconds, the fox stopped. The young eagle looked directly into its eyes without fear. Just then, the farmer heard the noise and came running. The fox quickly escaped into the forest. Everyone celebrated because the chicks were safe. "You were very brave," one chicken said. The young eagle smiled nervously. "I guess I was just lucky." He still could not see the strength that had always been inside him. That night, he sat alone under the stars. He looked up at the endless sky. Then suddenly, on the top of a distant cliff, he saw the shape of a huge eagle watching him in complete silence. The young eagle's heart began to beat faster. He had no idea that this meeting was about to change his life forever. The next morning, before the sun had fully risen, the young eagle woke up earlier than everyone else. He could not stop thinking about the large eagle he had seen on the cliff the night before. Who was he? Why was he watching me? And why did it feel like he already knew me? The questions stayed in his mind. As usual, the chickens walked toward the field to look for food. But this time, the young eagle quietly walked in a different direction. Step by step, he climbed toward the rocky hill where he had seen the mysterious eagle. The higher he climbed, the quieter everything became. Finally, he reached the top. The old eagle was still there, standing calmly on the edge of the cliff. He looked strong, wise, and completely fearless. Without turning around, the old eagle said, "I knew you would come." The young eagle froze. "You knew I was coming?" The old eagle slowly turned and smiled. "Yes, because every eagle eventually begins searching for the truth." The young eagle looked confused. "I think you have made a mistake. I am not an eagle. I am just a chicken." The old eagle looked at him for a few moments without saying a word. Then he asked, "Who told you that?" The young eagle replied, "My mother, my family, everyone on the farm." The old eagle nodded. "And did you ever ask yourself if they were right?" The young eagle stayed silent. He had never questioned it before. The old eagle walked closer. "Look at your wings." The young eagle slowly spread them. "They are larger than any chicken's wings." "Now look at your claws. They are stronger than any bird on your farm. And your eyes, you can see things that chickens cannot even notice." The young eagle looked down at himself. For the first time in his life, he truly looked at who he was. The old eagle continued, "You have spent your whole life trying to become something you were never created to be. You were born to fly. But because you believed the wrong story about yourself, you never even tried." The young eagle whispered, "What if I fail?" The old eagle smiled. "Everyone who learns to fly is afraid the first time. Courage does not mean you have no fear. It means you refuse to let fear decide your future." The young eagle looked toward the endless sky. His heart was beating faster than ever before. Part of him wanted to believe the old eagle. Another part was still afraid. The old eagle stepped toward the edge of the cliff. He looked back and said, "Come with me." The young eagle hesitated for a moment, then, for the first time in his life, he chose to follow someone who believed in his potential instead of someone who believed in his limits. Together, they walked toward the highest point of the mountain. Neither of them spoke. The wind became stronger with every step. Ahead of them was a steep cliff, and beyond it, an endless sky. The wind grew stronger as they reached the edge of the cliff. Below them was a deep valley. Above them stretched a sky that seemed to have no end. The young eagle looked down. His legs began to shake. He took one step back. I cannot do this," he whispered. The old eagle looked at him with calm eyes. "No," he said gently. "You have only convinced yourself that you cannot." The young eagle remained silent. The old eagle continued, "For your entire life, you believed the voices around you. They told you that you were a chicken. They told you that the ground was your only home. And little by little, you accepted their story as your own." He paused for a moment. "But today, you have a choice. You can spend the rest of your life living inside someone else's belief, or you can discover who you truly are." The young eagle closed his eyes. He remembered his childhood. He remembered looking at the sky every evening. He remembered being laughed at whenever he stretched his wings. He remembered every time he had doubted himself. Then he slowly opened his eyes. He looked at the endless sky one more time. This time, he did not see fear. He saw possibility. The old eagle stepped back. "Spread your wings." The young eagle slowly opened his wings. The wind rushed beneath them. For the first time, he could feel their true strength. The old eagle smiled. "The sky has been waiting for you all along." The young eagle took a deep breath. Then, he jumped. For a few terrifying seconds, he fell. The wind roared in his ears. His heart raced. He thought, maybe they were right. Maybe I really cannot fly. But then, without even thinking, his wings opened wide. The wind lifted him. His body became lighter. He flapped his wings once, then again, and suddenly, he was no longer falling. He was flying. Higher, stronger, freer than he had ever imagined. He circled above the mountains. The cold wind touched his face. The sunlight shined across his wings. For the first time in his life, he felt like himself. He looked down at the farm. It seemed so small now. Nothing had changed down there. The chickens were still walking across the ground. The fences were still standing. The mountains were exactly the same. The only thing that had changed was him. The old eagle flew beside him. "You see," he said with a smile, "the sky never rejected you. You only rejected yourself because you believed the wrong story." The young eagle smiled with tears in his eyes. "I spent my whole life trying to become a better chicken, when I was born to be an eagle." The old eagle nodded. Never let other people's limits become your own. Your future is not decided by where you begin. It is decided by what you choose to believe. The two eagles flew higher into the bright blue sky. The young eagle was finally free, not just because he could fly, but because he had finally changed the way he saw himself. Many people live exactly like that young eagle. They spend years believing they are not smart enough, not talented enough, or not good enough, simply because someone once told them so. Positive thinking is not pretending that life is easy. It is choosing to believe that your future is bigger than your fears. The moment you change your thinking, you begin changing your decisions. Your decisions change your actions. Your actions change your future. Always remember, the greatest limits in life are not around us. They are inside our minds. When you believe in your true potential, you stop living like a chicken, and you start flying like the eagle you were created to be. The result of positive thinking is not just success. It is discovering your true self.